Hello everyone and welcome to Bell Explains. In this video, I'll be explaining Let's Practice from Chapter 10, Perimeter and Area. Let's get to it. In the diagram, the perimeter of the shaded region is 25 cm. Okay, so this entire part here is 25 cm. Find the perimeter of the region which is not shaded. Okay, so let's see all the unknown sides. BP is 8 minus 5 cm. So that will be 3 cm. And for PQ, which is also unknown, we have 8 plus 5 minus 6 cm. So 8 plus 5 minus 6, and that will give us PQ, which is 7 cm. So another unknown side will be SU. So let's find SU. We know that the perimeter of the shaded side is 25 cm. So the perimeter also equals to 5 plus 8 plus SU. So that will be 25 equals to 13 plus SU. So SU gives us 12 cm. So now that we know this curve length, we can find the perimeter of the unshaded region. So the perimeter of the unshaded region will be RS plus SU plus UV plus VP plus PQ plus QR. And that will be 6 plus 12 plus 8 plus 3 plus 7 plus 5. So that will give us 41 cm. The diagram shows a square PQST, a triangle QRS, a trapezium PTUV. Find the perimeter of the whole diagram. Okay, so since QR and RS is the same, so here will be 5, and QS is also 5, and this is a square, which means this is 5, 5, and 5. And since here is 4, which means here is also 4. So since we know the length of all the sides, we can find the perimeter. So the perimeter equals to BP plus PQ plus QR plus RS plus ST plus TU plus UV. So this will be 4 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 4 and plus 2. So the perimeter will be 30 cm. The diagram shows a triangle SRT and a trapezium PQRT. The perimeter of the triangle SRT is 24 cm. Find the area of the whole diagram. Perimeter of SRT is actually TS plus SR plus RT. And since we know that the perimeter is 24, TS is 10, SR is 6, and RT is unknown. So we can find RT, which is 8 cm. Okay, so now we can find the area of SRT. So we'll use the formula 1/2 times base times height. So the base will be 6 and the height is 8. So we get the area of SRT at 24 cm square. Okay, next for area of PQRT. So we'll use 1/2 times the sum of parallel lines, which is RT plus PQ, times the height, which is RQ. So this will be 1/2 times 8 plus 11 times 6. So this will give us the area of PQRT at 57 cm square. So since we know the area of SRT and the area of PQRT, we can find the total area, which is a sum of 24 and 57. So that will give us 81 cm square. Next, based on the information given in the diagram, find the area of the triangle. Okay, so the area of triangle uses the formula 1/2 times base times height. So the base here is 6 and the height is 8. So we get the area at 24 cm square. So next they ask us to find the value of t. Okay, so the value of t, we can also use the formula 1/2 times base times height, in which the base is 10 and the height is t. So let's see here, area of triangle equals to 1/2 times base, which is 10, and height, which is t. 24 equals to 1/2 times 10 times t. So you can find the value of t, which is 24/5, and that will be 4.8 cm. In the diagram, PQRW is a square, RST is a triangle, and TWVU is a trapezium. Find the area of the whole diagram. Okay, let's start with the area of square PQRW. So since the height here is 8 and this is a square, right? Which means the length is also 8. Okay, so this will be 8 times 8, which is 64 cm square. Next, for the area of the triangle. So area of triangle RST. So we know the base and we know the height. So we use the formula 1/2 times base times height, where the base will be 5 and the height will be 12. So that gives us 30 cm square. And also we know that WV is half of this height over here, right? So WV will be 4, PV will also be 4. Okay, and as for TW, this whole side here is 13 cm and WR is 8 cm. So we can get TW, which is 13 minus 8, that will give us 5 cm. Okay, so now we can find the area of the trapezium. TWVU, which is 1/2 times the sum of parallel lines, which will be 3 plus 4, and times the height, which will be 5. So that will be 1/2 times 7 times 5, and that will give us 17.5 cm square. So now we know the area of all the shapes. We can find the total area, which will be 64 cm square plus 30 cm square plus 17.5 cm square. And that will give us the total area in the diagram. QRU is an equilateral triangle. PQUV and RSTU are two squares. Given the area of PQUV is 36 cm square, find the perimeter of the whole diagram. Okay, so the area of PQUV is 36 cm square, right? So in order to find the length of each side, we'll have to square root the area. So the length of each side will be the square root of the area. So that will give us 6 cm on each side. And since it is a square here, PQUV, right? Okay, so since here is 6, here will also be 6. Here is also 6. This is also 6, 6, 6. Everywhere will be 6. So in order to find the perimeter, we'll just add up all the sides. We have perimeter So we get the answer at 42 cm. The diagram shows a rhombus PQTU and a trapezium QRST. PQR and UTS are straight lines. Given that the area of the whole diagram is 46 cm square, find the height of the rhombus PQTU. All right, so let's try and find the height of SR, okay? So we know that the total area equals to the area of PQTU plus area of QRST. So the total area here is 46 cm square. The area of PQTU is the base times the height. We do not know the height because it is SR. It's the same length as SR. So we'll just put this here as 5 times SR. Plus the area of QRST, which is a trapezium. So we have 1/2 times the sum of parallel lines, which is 8 plus 5 times the height, which is SR. Okay, so let's simplify this. We get 46 equals to 5 SR plus 13 SR over 2. So that will give us 92 equals to 23 SR. So SR equals to 4 cm. Next, they asked us to find the perimeter of the whole diagram. Okay, so the perimeter, we'll just have to sum up everything. Perimeter equals to UT plus TS plus SR plus RQ plus QP plus PU. So that will be 5 plus 5 plus 4 plus 8 plus 5 plus 5. So that will give us a total perimeter of 32 cm. In the diagram, PQRS is a parallelogram with an area of 100 cm square. Find the area of the triangle TQR. All right, so this is a parallelogram, right? And this is a half mark over here. So we know that TR is actually half of this square, okay, which means here there will also be another half. Okay, so from this parallelogram, we can see that TRQ is actually 1/4 of the entire parallelogram. Okay, it's only 1/4. So how do we find the area of TQR? Since we know the total area, we'll just find 1/4 of the total. So that will be 1/4 times 100 cm square, which will give us 25 cm square. Next, you are given a piece of string of length 30 cm. Explain how you would form a rectangle with the biggest area. Okay, so let's draw a rectangle first. We know that here is X, here is Y. So if here is X, here is also X, and here is also Y. Okay, and the area here is XY cm square. All right, which means that the perimeter of the string, which is 30 cm, okay, which is also X plus X plus Y equals to 30 cm, which means 2X plus 2Y equals to 30, X plus Y equals to 15. What that means is that the base plus with the height should give you 15 cm. Okay, so now we can try and error all the shapes. (14 cm plus 1 cm will give us 15 cm. So the area here we get 14 cm square. Okay, so that is just one of the shapes that we have found. Okay, so another one will be 12 in the base and 3 at the height. So that will also be 15 cm. But This area will give us 36 cm. So we know that the largest area is 56.25 cm square. Lastly, the diagram shows a rectangular plot of land with a length of 40 meters and a width of 20 meters. You are required to fence up a region of the land with an area of 450 meters square. Explain how you would fence the land such that you use the shortest fence. What would be the shortest length of the fence required? Okay, so they're asking us to find the perimeter of the land. Okay, so what needs fencing is actually 450 meters square, right? But we do not know the shortest length of the land. So we'll find length times width should give us 450 meters square. So the length is unknown, but the width is 20. So that will be 450. So you can find the length, which is 450 divided by 20. So that will give us the minimum length of 22.5 meters. Okay, so we can find the perimeter of the land that we want to fence up, which will be 22.5 times 2 plus 20 times 2, and that will give us 85 meters. So that's all for this chapter, guys. Thank you for watching Belle Explains. Do like and subscribe for more videos like this. Bye!